friends. Welcome to Storytime today. I'm so glad to see you guys. I'm so sorry that we're not at the library again. The library is closed right now. But I'm excited to be able to have story time with you guys. So we're going to read a really awesome book today called Ivan, the Remarkable True Story of a Shopping Mall Gorilla. And this is written by Catherine Applegate and illustrated by G. Brian Karras. So it's a really awesome book. I'm excited to read it to you guys today. We are reading this with permission of Mifflin Harcourt Publishing Company. So thank you for letting us read this book today. Before we get started, you guys want to sing our Storytime song? Awesome. Here we go. We clap and say hello. We clap and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we clap and say hello. We stomp and say hello. We stomp and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we stomp and say hello. We wave and say hello. We wave and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we wave and say hello. Hi, friends. All right. Like I said, we are reading Ivan, the Remarkable True Story of a Shopping Mall Gorilla by Catherine Applegate. In leafy calm and gentle arms, a gorilla's life began. The baby was born in a tropical forest in Central Africa. He was part of a large family of western lowland gorillas. The troop included babies, juveniles, females, and a male leader, the silverback. The more the baby gorilla grew, the more he played. The more he played, the more he learned. He rode on his mother's back. He listened to the hoots and the grunts and the chest beats of his father. He watched the older gorillas, clever and quick, as they wrestled and chased and swung from vines. He did not learn about humans until it was too late. Poachers with loud guns and cruel hands stole the little gorilla and another baby. After thousands of miles and endless days in a black, damp crate, at last came light and fresh air. The jungle green life was gone. The gorillas had traveled halfway around the world to Tacoma, Washington. A man who owned a shopping mall had ordered and paid for them, like a couple of pizzas, like a pair of shoes. People cooed and laughed and held the babies. They dressed them in human clothes and fed them human food. The shopping mall owner ran a Name the Babies contest. The winning names were Burma and Ivan. One dark day, soon after the babies arrived in their strange new world, Burma died. Without her, Ivan was all alone, with too much left to learn. While he was little, Ivan was cute and cuddly. For 3 years, he lived in a home like a human child. He slept in a bed and went to baseball games. He held babies and rode on a motorcycle. He had to learn many things gorillas in the wild don't ever need to know. The one thing Ivan didn't need to learn was how to eat. The more he ate, the more he grew. The more he grew, the less he could live a human life in a human house. A cage in the mall became Ivan's new home. There wasn't much to do. Sometimes Ivan watched TV. Sometimes he played with an old tire. Sometimes he finger painted, signing the papers with his thumbprint. Mostly, he watched the humans watching him. Ivan was about 13 when his coat began to shimmer with a silvery white hair. He had grown into a silverback gorilla. In the jungle, he would have been ready to protect his family, but he had no family to protect. Year after year passed. People began to grow angry about Ivan's lonely life. Children and adults wrote letters and signed petitions and held protests. Ivan lived in his cage without the company of other gorillas for 27 years before he was sent on another journey. This time, the hands were gentle. Zoo Atlanta wasn't a jungle. It was a place with walls. Still, the breeze carried jungle sounds and scents. Scientists who understood the needs of gorillas helped Ivan adjust slowly, carefully, gently to his new life. Finally, it was time. Was Ivan ready? Cameras clicked. Reporters watched. When Ivan stepped onto the cool green grass, the sunlight gleamed on his silver hair. People cheered and laughed and wept with joy. Ivan, the shopping mall gorilla, was in a place with trees and grass and other gorillas at last. In leafy calm, in gentle arms, a gorilla's life began again. And this is a picture of the real Ivan. You can see right here. If you get a chance to check this book out, or I know we're closed right now, so if you can maybe look him up, get mom or dad to help you look him up on the internet. Ivan was a real gorilla. These are pictures. This is, let's see, right there. That is Ivan and Burma when they were babies. And then here's a picture of Ivan as he was older. So Ivan really did live in a shopping mall in a crate by himself for 27 years. He lived to be 50 years old. He died in 2012, and he was a very famous gorilla. But it's a really interesting story to read about. If you have older brothers and sisters, there's a chapter book about his life too, which is really awesome. But it's a great story. It's sad, but it does have a happy ending. Ivan lived a really happy life in the zoo where he ended up. All right, thank you so much, guys, for watching Storytime today. I hope I get to see you in person really soon. I hope you are staying safe and healthy, and I can't wait to see you guys again. All right, I'll see you next time. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Storytime is done today. We have had a lot of fun. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Bye, friends. See you next time.